Hi, my name is Kimberly Lorenz. I'm a board certified hypnotist, and today I am going to be talking about why I love teaching and training all my clients in self-hypnosis. Teaching and training my clients in self-hypnosis is actually my favorite part of working with my clients. Now, I love helping people in one-on-one hypnosis sessions, helping them find the root cause to their problems, those limiting beliefs, and all those resulting negative emotions that come from that it's just such a wonderful feeling. Honestly, there's no better feeling in the world except for when you help somebody learn how they can help themselves. That's why I love doing it. It's my favorite part because when I train somebody in the very special kind of self-hypnosis that I teach, it acts as a tool that they can use for the rest of their life from now till 30, 40, 50, 60 years, however long that they are alive on this earth. They can use the self-hypnosis to do so many wonderful things. And so empowering somebody to take care of themselves is just probably the very best feeling in the whole wide world. Even though I'm not around for it in 30 years, I know that they are going to be the very best that they deserve to be because they have this tool, and they will be able to impact the lives of others in a positive way. So I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about why I think my self-hypnosis that I teach all my clients is so amazing compared to the classical idea of what self-hypnosis would be. So the classical idea of self-hypnosis is that you probably do something for yourself, like stare at a spot on the wall until your eyes get tired, or you might roll your eyes up, or you might close your eyes and do a progressive relaxation where you focus on parts of your body and slowly relax down into them. I train my clients in hypnosis how to do self-hypnosis. And so what happens as a result of that is the first wonderful thing is that they can instantly return to that state of hypnosis because they were trained while they were hypnotized. And so they don't have to do any of these old, slow self-inductions. Actually, just by closing their eyes and beginning the technique, they can instantly go into self-hypnosis. So it's really, really fast, and that makes it more efficient. So that's the first thing that makes what I do with my clients so different than traditional self-hypnosis that you might pick up when you get a book and read a book about it. The second thing that makes it so great is that it acts as antiviral software. See, I think of the human brain as a biocomputer. And I don't think there's anything wrong with any of my clients. I think what happened was they came into this world constructed and created to be exactly what they are. And so their hardware is just fine. But they grew up in this world. And I don't know if it was parents or war or trauma or abuse or just being a regular human, right? Just being a human means that sometimes we acquire bad programs, unhealthy programs. So it's not a hardware problem that people are struggling with. It's a software problem. So especially when we're young, of course, we can't guard against and prevent a lot of the bad software or the bad programs that go into our biocomputer. We just don't have the defenses. They're not even beginning to be built until about 7 years old. And then not until 25 is your brain actually done growing and laying down new tracks, right? Now, the cool thing about the human brain is that even after 25, there's always the ability to change. Neuroplasticity is a property that the brain has that has been proven and found to be true, that you can change and lay down new neural connections until the very last moment that you are here on this earth, which means there's always hope and always change. But when we're young, we don't have a lot of protection to the software or the bad programs and beliefs that get put into us. And so all of us can't escape childhood without a little bit of baggage. And once we become adults, it's our job to start working on that baggage. So my self-hypnosis is not just affirmations. Affirmations are wonderful things that you can give to yourself out of hypnosis or even in hypnosis. But my special type of self-hypnosis that I teach doesn't just tell you good things about you. It actually acts as antiviral software, like McAfee is for your computer. It goes in, and whatever needs to be dealt with that day, what's ever coming up or that week or during that period of time will come up, and it will be neutralized and removed by this process. So it's not just laying down good beliefs and strengths, which is good. It is removing the unhelpful, unhealthy, no longer needed stuff that is blocking your way, right? In the past, up till that moment, my clients, they're living out old, unhealthy programs that are keeping them from moving forward. Once they start using the self-hypnosis that I teach them, it automatically, immediately begins removing the bad programs. So that's fantastic, right? If it just did that, it would be enough, but it does more than that. And the next thing that makes it so great is that it also neutralizes negative emotions. So you know how no matter what age you are, you go through life and stuff happens. Life events happen, big or small, doesn't matter. If those events and the emotions that result from them don't get processed and digested away. So you're supposed to be able to do that, right? All humans are going to have negative emotions because we live in this world and things happen. But sometimes those really bad things, they don't get processed and digested away. So you'll know if something is processed and integrated, as a lot of mental health people say, because you'll be able to think about it. You'll be able to remember whatever happened, and it won't be such a bother to you. You won't see its effects in your life right now. But as you go through your life and events come up and you find yourself being too angry, too afraid, too guilty, too sad, that means that whatever happened in the past hasn't been digested and released, or it hasn't been processed, it hasn't been integrated. It's still stuck with you. And I feel like most of my clients are walking around with like a pressure cooker on the inside. And you know, if you've ever cooked with a pressure cooker, if it's got its top locked down and it is on high heat and there's too much pressure building, eventually, if you had it on too high, the top would actually blow off. And that's why so many people are afraid of cooking with pressure cookers, because if you don't control the pressure by the temperature, you can have an explosion in your kitchen. You can have split pea all over the walls. And so that's what people are like on the inside. People are walking around, when things don't get dealt with and released, they get stuck in that pressure cooker on the inside, and the pressure builds and builds and builds. And then something comes along in life, like a life event, like you get in a car accident, or something happens to a loved one, or you're moving, and the pressure and the heat just get turned up because it's so stressful, because you're carrying around those feelings inside all the time, and you explode. You know, too much anger, too much fear, right? Unhealthy amounts of excessive fear. That's what I would call anxiety. Fear is not a bad thing. Anger is not a bad thing, but too much of it that doesn't help you is always unhelpful and unhealthy. And that's what causes people to feel like they are exploding with too much anger, guilt, fear, sadness, loneliness, feelings of inadequacy that hold them back. They just, no matter what, they just never feel like they're good enough. These are all the things that are building up on the inside in that pressure cooker. So the self-hypnosis that I teach neutralizes and cleans out that pressure cooker pot. It's amazing. Every time you use it, the pressure goes down and the pressure goes down and the pressure goes down till eventually that place inside will be cleaned up. You are finite, so there will be an end when you start practicing this amazing self-hypnosis technique. And then when you keep using it after you're totally cleaned out, it keeps you clean. And then it also helps you move forward in life and develop new amounts, deeper, broader amounts of capability and cope. You can cope with stress better. Your body might heal and get stronger if there's still an ability for your body to heal after chronic stress. Your clarity in your life will get better because you won't be fogged up with all these excess emotions. And so what I just love about my self-hypnosis technique is that when I teach this to people, they feel empowered to take care of themselves. So unfortunately for me, it's not a good business model. Like, I don't get a lot of return clientele once they learn how to do this, but that's okay because I'm helping them and then they're helping their loved ones and I'm helping the world and they're helping the world and it's all good. So it's so great. And my favorite thing about what I do is teaching self-hypnosis to people so that they can be empowered to keep themselves mentally healthy and emotionally clean. And it's just, honestly, there's no better feeling in the world. So that's what I wanted to share. What's my favorite part about working with my clients and teaching them self-hypnosis is that they are so empowered to go out into their lives and just keep being better every day, every time they use it. I have used this self-hypnosis for many years. And for me, I can see every year or two, I look back and I go, wow, I'm so much better every year. I used to have debilitating panic attacks before I learned self-hypnosis. And they were the kind of panic attacks where I would feel, disconnected from my body and not able to control it. In fact, I don't want to get into the whole story, but I was so afraid of heights. One time I almost jumped out of a gondola to escape being so high up, which wouldn't have been healthy for me because I was pretty high up. I would have been a very broken human being if I had jumped out of that gondola. That's how bad my panic attacks were. And my general anxiety was also off the charts. And this self-hypnosis has completely cleaned up those issues in my life. And it has been such a beautiful journey. I have worked with other hypnotists. Like, I work with clients all the time. I've had my own hypnotist. Like, every person should have the person that they can go to help them. But it's the self-hypnosis that's done most of the work for me. And I love teaching it. So if you are interested in learning more about the self-hypnosis, please reach out to me and schedule a consultation at lorenzhypnosis.com. There's several different ways that you can learn it, either working with me or in a class. And I would love to talk to you more about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Kimberly Lorenz. I'm a board-certified hypnotist and a certified professional hypnosis instructor. My website is lorenzhypnosis.com. I do complimentary consultations every day, so you can just go to my online schedule and make a consultation appointment for yourself. And please like and subscribe because I'm just going to keep putting out good content to help you live your very best life. So always know that you are the gardener of your own mind. You are the cultivator of your mind. So you got to keep that soil healthy. You got to keep the weeds down. You got to plant good seeds. And so you can reap that really beautiful harvest. Have a great day.